Noddy and the Eggs.
Noddy, please will you go and fetch me 1 dozen eggs from the farm,
said Big Ears, when he called one morning at Noddy's little house.
My brother Little Ears is coming to dinner and bringing a friend.
Oh yes, Big Ears, of course I'll get the eggs for you, said Noddy. I'll run up to the farm in my little car.
If I'm not in when you bring them to the toadstool house, pop them into my larder, please, said Big Ears, getting on his bicycle and riding off again. Sorry I can't wait. Just going to get a new loaf of bread and some butter.
Noddy was so afraid that he might forget to fetch the eggs that he wrote out a little note and put it into the driving seat of his car. He finished cleaning the car and then fetched a basket and got into the driving seat. "Ah, there's my note, with eggs written on it," he said. "I'll go straight to the farm before I forget." Away he went in his little car. Bop, bop. It hooted at pretty Angela Doll. Bop, bop. It hooted at Bruiny Bear. Bop, bop. It even hooted at Mr. Plod. "Ah, there goes little Noddy," said everyone. "We always know when he's about." Noddy soon came to the farm. Mrs. Straw was very busy making lovely yellow pats of butter in her little dairy. "Hello, little Noddy," she said. "What do you want?" 12 nice new laid eggs, please," said Noddy. "Oh, can I taste that butter?" "No, keep your fingers out of it," said Mrs. Straw. "See how dirty your hands are. Dear, dear, I don't believe you washed them this morning." "I did," said Noddy, "but I got them dirty again cleaning the car. Where are the eggs, Mrs. Straw?" "Well, there now. I've sent them all off to the market," said Mrs. Straw. "But you can go and look in the nests, Noddy. I expect the hens will have laid some more. You can take a dozen." So Noddy took his basket and went to look for eggs in the nests. He went into the hen houses, but not one single egg was in any of the nests. He met a hen and spoke to it. "Hen, do you know where there are any eggs?" "Cluck, cluck," said the hen, and scuttled away. Then Noddy saw a hen sitting in a little wooden coop on a nice big nest. "Hello, hen," he said. "Have you any eggs there?" "Cluck, cluck," said the hen proudly, and got off her nest to show him a beautiful batch of white eggs. "Oh, they're lovely," said Noddy, and counted them. "Yes, you've 12 eggs, just what I want." And he picked them up one by one and put them into his basket. "Cluck, cluck," said the hen angrily, and gave him a sudden peck on his hand. "Oh, don't," said Noddy. "That's unkind. There, that's all the eggs. I'd better take some of this soft hay too, in case they joggle about and break when they're in my car." Soon he was back in his car again, the basket of eggs beside him. What lovely big eggs! Big Ears would be very, very pleased. Noddy drove carefully back to the toadstool house. He stopped, got out, and took the basket of eggs. He went up to the door and called loudly. "Big Ears, are you back yet? I brought the eggs." There was no answer, so Noddy opened the door and went inside. The cat was there, dozing by the fire. "Hello, cat," said Noddy. "I brought the eggs for Big Ears. I'm going to put them into the larder." He opened the larder door and carefully put the eggs one by one into a dish with the soft hay under them. Then he shut the door and went out. The cat didn't even look at him. Now, not long after Noddy had gone, the cat pricked up its ears. It could hear a strange noise somewhere. Yes, from the larder. Whatever could it be? It got up and strolled over to the door. Then it grew very excited and began to meow and to scratch at the door. It was still doing this when Big Ears came in with Little Ears and his friend, Mr. Whisker's rabbit. "Goodness, what's the matter with your cat?" said Little Ears to his brother. "Is your larder full of fish or something?" "No. What's the matter, Puss?"
Why are you so excited? Said Big Ears, going to the larder door. Get away from my feet.
Big Ears opened the larder door, and then he stared in amazement. The larder shelves were full of tiny yellow chicks. The cat nearly went mad, and Little Ears only just caught hold of it in time, or it would have leapt on the shelves to catch the chicks.
Look at that,
said Big Ears, as the tiny chicks scrambled about over his pies and tarts and sausage rolls.
Wherever did they come from? Oh dear, I suppose it's a silly joke of Noddy's. I asked him to bring me some eggs, and he brought me chicks instead. Oh, really, he's very foolish sometimes.
Big Ears caught all the tiny chicks and put them into a box so that the cat could not get them. He felt cross with Noddy. What a thing to do! Well, he would certainly talk to him about it when he came along that afternoon. He set out a nice meal for Little Ears and Mr. Whisker's rabbit.
I'm very sorry there are no eggs, he said, and I don't expect anyone wants to gobble up one of those dear little chicks. Really, what a surprising thing to find in my larder.
Just before tea, there came a rap at Big Ears' door. It was Noddy, hoping to be asked to tea. But Big Ears was not smiling when he opened the door.
Noddy, he said in a stern voice, I'm not pleased with you. Why did you bring me 12 chicks instead of 12 new-laid eggs?
I didn't, said Noddy in surprise. I went to choose the eggs myself at Farmer Straw's. Mrs. Straw said I could take any I found in the nests.
Well, dear me, where did the chicks come from then? Said Big Ears, astonished. Look, Noddy, they're in this box. The dearest little fluffy things. Who could have brought them? And where are the eggs you said you brought?
Then suddenly, Little Ears began to laugh. He laughed and laughed, and Big Ears stared at him in surprise.
Oh, Big Ears, haven't you guessed what has happened? Said Little Ears, chuckling.
Silly little Noddy here went to take eggs from a hen who was hatching some out. Not new-laid eggs at all. And he brought them here and put the eggs into your dish with that hay we saw.
Good gracious! And they all hatched out in my larder, cried Big Ears. No wonder my old cat was so excited when she heard them cheeping there. I suppose the eggshells are in that dish. Well, what a thing to happen.
Oh dear, said Noddy in alarm. What will Mrs. Straw say? Will she be very cross with me? What shall I do?
Put that box into your car and take back all the chicks, said Big Ears. Really, Noddy, fancy taking the eggs from under a sitting hen. Wasn't she cross?
Yes, she pecked me. Look, said Noddy. Oh dear, I'm always getting into trouble. The hen will be angry with me, and so will Mrs. Straw.
Well, it's your own fault, said Big Ears. You know chicks come out of eggs, don't you? Now, you take these chicks back to Mrs. Straw and let her give them to the mother hen, said Big Ears. And then come back here and have tea with us. Well, 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 I simply never know what you're going to do next.
Noddy really is funny, isn't he? I do hope the mother hen won't peck him again.